What is good, my DC brothers and sisters? It is your boy, the True 31. Hit like, subscribe for all that DC goodness all over your face, neck, and chest. And today I'm reviewing one of the best, dare I say, I'm going to call it right now, a masterpiece of animated films. And that's Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. Bruh, if you haven't seen this fucking movie, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life? Shut down everything that you're doing. Go to your TV, pre-order this, buy it, rent it, whatever the fuck you got to do, and watch this movie because it is fan-fucking-tastic. Obviously, this takes place in the Batman Beyond world, Batman in the future, and it is the return of the Joker, voiced by Mark Hamill, who is... Did I just fucking say Mark Hamill? Mark Hamill. What the fuck is wrong with me? Too much cocaine. But it's voiced by the iconic Mark Hamill. And he is fantastic. And what I love about this is that this version is more sadistic, more true to the Joker than we've gotten in the animated series. Because I know there's a theatrical version and there's the unrated version. And in this unrated version, it is like hardcore shit. I'm like, even for a kid's movie, I'm just like, damn, like y'all really went there? Like, is this really fucking happening? Holy shit. Like the scenes between Tim Drake and Joker, fucking holy shit. You talk about dark and twisted shit. And of course, it takes place in the future. So we see an older Dick Grayson. I was going to say Dick Grayson, I wish. We see an older Tim Drake and we see older Barbara Gordon, who's now commissioner. And of course, you know, this whole story revolves around, you know, the Joker coming back into the future, still looking the same. And of course, Batman's like, what the fuck's going on? How come I'm old as fuck and Joker is still young as hell? What the hell's going on? And of course, we find out later in the plot that somehow, of course, this is some like real science fiction shit, that Joker implanted his own DNA and consciousness into a microchip that was implanted in Tim Drake. So the more and more Tim Drake gets older, more and more of Joker's personality and more of him becomes real and becomes true, and he starts taking over Tim Drake's body. Now, of course, it's animated, so I'm not going to try to make sense of it. It's just like, okay, whatever, I'll go with it. Thank you, fucking Airplane, for making a grand introduction yet again. Jesus Christ almighty. But yeah, of course, you know, this whole story is really revolves around Bruce and Barbara and Tim Drake and their whole trauma that they had to go through, because we see later on in the film, and even though like Terry McGinnis, like even though like it's his movie per se, it really isn't. This whole movie really belongs to Kevin Conroy, Bruce Wayne, and their whole trauma, that, you know, their secret that they had to deal with, that they had to live with, because in this version, Joker kidnaps Tim Drake and tortures him, like, again, really dark shit. And you see it like it's all black and white. And we see like Mark Hamill obviously taking so much glee in watching the torture of this young kid. Because remember, back in the day, during the animated series, like Tim Drake, like this is a young kid. Like, this isn't a grown-ass man. This is a boy. And Joker is taking so much glee and happiness from torturing this young boy. And really, like, Joker tortures Bruce, Tim, Barbara, again, like the Joker's everlasting trauma on these characters really is reinforced here, and I love it because, again, it's living with this dark secret that they had to live with, of, you know, Tim Drake killing Joker. And before that, we see the torture of Tim Drake, and it's, again, really dark, really disturbing. And of course, you know, as a fucking Joker fan and as a fan of like really dark, twisted shit, I fucking loved it. I was just surprised that they had the balls to do this, especially like on, like I said, on a kids network, and this movie is like specifically made for kids. It's like, holy shit, and they're doing this. And again, it's nothing so, you know, extreme or like really violent. It's just like just seeing it like play out, like the way it's done is beautifully handled. You know, it's tastefully done, and it's not, you know, gratuitous or anything like that. But it's just like seeing Joker torture a kid, especially like Tim Drake, who we all fell in love with Batman the Animated Series. It's like really heartbreaking to see the fucking torture and descent of this young kid who's being tortured, not only physically but mentally. And of course, you know, later on we see the Joker being shot and killed by Tim Drake because Tim Drake is trying to overcome all the torture and all the like this. I don't know like what Joker did to him, but this like I guess fear toxin or whatever he did to him. He's trying to overcome it. Of course, we see like this creepy fucking shot of Tim Drake, becoming the Joker. And of course, Tim Drake shoots him. Joker's dead. And of course, Tim Drake breaks down in crying because of what he did. And of course, of everything that happened to him. And there's like a secret pact between Jim Gordon, Batgirl, and Batman to make sure like, they covered it up and make sure, Joker's dead. Make sure, Jim, like you don't tell anybody what happened here. Just give them an official fake story so that we can all carry on with our lives. So they had to live with this secret of Tim Drake basically murdering Joker, and again, this secret affects Barbara and Bruce Wayne like heavily. So I mean, for an animated film, it really takes its time to really delve into the psyche of all these characters and the development and the trauma of what these characters had to go through, and it really like delves into it in a mature, subtle way, especially like for an animated series. Again, for an animated series, it's like I would say kind of groundbreaking to see this kind of stuff, because you never see any of this stuff like in any other animated series, especially like for a Batman, like a high profile Batman show that kids used to watch. Really dark shit. So again, we get to the end, and of course, there's a final climactic battle between Batman and Joker. And of course, we all know how it goes. Batman, stops Joker by destroying the microchip on his neck and basically wiping out any DNA and consciousness residue that's implanted on Tim Drake. So Tim Drake is safe and sound. And again, Batman wins, and then Batman flies off to a distance. And that's how it ends. But of course, again, really dark, really like mature, and it's just like it's so fucked up, but it's beautifully done, beautifully handled. All the characters are great. The voice acting all top notch. It's like it's really goes to show how much care and the story like is so impactful in an animated movie, especially for a Batman movie that you rarely get to see. And the way it's done here is so beautiful, and of course it has a happy ending, and Tim Drake is safe and sound. So yeah, really good. I highly recommend it. But those are my thoughts. Smash that like button, you beautiful DC brothers and sisters. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you want. Let's continue having a DC conversation. And for the love of God, please rent, buy Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. It's one of the best DC animated films. You won't regret it. And as always, truth out.